where things might be back to normal. Heck, we might be back to normal this year. I think I said this in most of my classes. My sophomore at Manuka High School is now in a full attendance. 100% of the students, 4 days a week, and then her Wednesdays are similar to our Wednesdays. My fifth grader and eighth grader next week are starting full attendance. I think they go till like 12 something or other, and then I don't know if they have an internet component after that or not. It's hard to keep track of all this, but I know for a fact they're going back full attendance. So, with that being said, I'm going to share some stuff, and I have your names hidden here, but this is the point of the discussion. And I am presenting, correct? Yes, no? Am I presenting? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, so, oh yeah, I didn't hit the button. Mr. Samuel is fighting technology. It's always fun. Wrong thing here. Am I presenting now? Thumbs up from somebody? I hate how Google changed because now I can't see all of you and I can't see in alphabetical order. Thanks a lot, Google, for changing in the middle of the year. Much appreciated. That's on the video. So there, go ahead and get me, Google. You people out, wherever your place is. Ruined it. Ruined Google Meet for the teachers. Okay, so here's my problem. And I'm actually going to go to the calendar real quick and just show you. And it's not a trick. It's not a trick. Yeah, I got to get the right thing here. I got too many things open. Yee. Okay, I can't get to the calendar without screwing up what I have down there. So I'll try to do that later. But here's what we have. Here's our class average on that last quiz of the people that showed up. And by the way, those that didn't, you'll have to take that quiz Thursday or Friday whenever you come in. And hopefully you're ready for this. And then here's my period 3 average. It's not good, all right? But then I'm going to piggyback that off with what are we doing at home, all right? So I gave the quizzes as a way of maybe getting ready for that, and I put it as optional. So that one I can at least track who did what. The other thing that I gave, it was Friday about 2 o'clock. I'm like, you know what? I have this other thing that mirrors the matching, and I put that on Google Classroom. And here's my problem. If you're going to come into school Monday, then I would think a student on Sunday night would check some stuff in order to get ready for the quiz that they're going to have Monday. So how many people actually check their stuff? Don't raise your hand or whatever. Because I actually know the answer. It's not a lot, or it is like half, and there's a whole bunch that aren't getting prepared for the test. So how many people look Sunday night to get ready for Monday's test? Look, Google Classroom. Mr. Samuelis posted this matching mirror to the matching part of the test. So I can't grab that data. I don't know how many did, but I can grab this. And I would think that the 18 people that completed the quizzes, even less looked at the matching part, even less. I mean, it has to be statistically what happened, or equal. But, there's no way of knowing that. So we can say what we want on that. But 18 out of 50 completing the quizzes, I mean completing. That's not a good percentage. And I know it was an optional assignment, but again, this goes to the internal locus of control and external locus of control. Are you someone that has that you want to do better and want to prepare yourself, or not? And it shows to me that 32 do not. Off and on, because some people don't need it because they are prepared. So we'll go through this, and I hid your names, so I just picked some sort of thing to hide the names to the right. And the blue one, this person was absent, so I'm looking forward to what they get on the quiz. Hopefully it's good. They took 2 attempts, though, is why I highlight that in blue. And then what you see next to this is the quiz score that they got on the quiz. And this is out of 32. This person was absent as well, so that person took the quizzes 3 times. I'm really hoping for good things for that person. I do have to talk about this. This is why I'm not showing the grades today. I think I misgraded this person's quiz. On the written, I think I have to fill in a bubble, and it came up as a 0. I don't think this person got a 0 on the written. So their grade is even wrong, and their grade is in our data for our statistics. So unfortunately, there's a little skew there, is what they like to say statistically. So 28, 29 and a half, 26 out of 32, pretty decent, pretty solid. I really like this student. This student in yellow took the quizzes 3 times, right? And then a 25.5 is near an 80%. Think about if that student didn't take it and didn't look at it. And obviously them taking it 3 times, they really have that internal locus of control of what I want to keep doing this until I can do the best I can and get prepared. So that is my favorite student. I bet you a lot of people think, oh, you just like the students that get A triple pluses. Incorrect. All year long, I've been beating my head up against the wall for getting students to do what they need to do to make themselves the best that they can be. And I see a high amount of students still not doing that. All right, and then down at the bottom, okay, are these really full attempts? I don't know. I counted them in the data, but then we ended up getting a 7 and a 6 out of 32 on the quiz there. So I kind of question that. One attempt, you got more than 50% wrong or 50% wrong. That person should have done it again and again and done something different instead of accepted that grade. And I don't think they did. I don't think they looked at another thing to do that. So, and then all of a sudden we got all these, and I can't even explain these. I don't even know what this means. Someone opening it up and doing 2 and missing 3 and then stopping. All right, and that's what this is. I think I could explain this one. This is probably someone that's been strong all year long, looked at the first couple and said, you know what, I'm okay. I know what I'm doing, and I don't think this is really going to advance me any further. That's pretty reasonable. Probably same thing with this person. So statistically, look at the people that did it. Statistically, most of the grades are on the higher end. This one, I wish this person could have done a little better, but imagine if they didn't. They may be in the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 range of the tests that I've seen because of these class averages. So what we have here is what I would call skewed data. But let me just reiterate one more time, not reiterate because I didn't say this beforehand. This test was all or nothing. You either got ready or you didn't. And even if it wasn't multiple choice or matching, the grade would have been the exact same. Many of you walked in. I mean, unfortunately, someone asked me, what am I even supposed to do for these questions? In the middle of the test, I can't even answer that question. You had so many things that I want to go to the calendar to show you that we did building up to this, that question should not have been asked. So to be honest. So I have noted that 18 of the people took the quizzes. There was 18 that took it full, even the 2 bottom ones that didn't do very well on the quizzes and did not do very well on the actual test. Of those 18, 14 tests were graded. I have that one anomaly. Actually, that's a lie. That there is 15 tests in this average here. Unfortunately, that girl that I misgraded her written. So of the 18 that took the quiz, or took the quizzes, 15 tests were graded, and the class average for those 15 were 23.3. Not so great, but again, we'll talk about this later, what an outlier is. Those 2 grades down at the bottom, the 6 and the 7, those are actually called statistical outliers. They actually would get thrown out of regular data, all right, because they are skewing the average way too much. They are skewing the average so much that when I take those 2 tests out, now 13 grades have a class average of 81.6, which is what we're looking for. That's not a bad average at all. And then what I did for this is I took that data out. I took that data out of the exam and looked at the other 29. The 6 and the 7 that kind of took the quizzes and failed it and didn't relook at it, and all the others that either didn't look at it or barely did it. Now, keep in mind, these 29 here, we do have that 32 in there. So this 32 average is part of this other data of people that did not take the test. So they are in that, and that class average is a 56.4%. All right? So this speech right now is you own it. This is your grade. You have earned it. All right? And I'm gonna piggyback this off with the next thing. This whole test and retest. I remember at the beginning of the year, and I think the student is in this class right now. Beginning of the year, the first online test. In the middle of the test, the student asked in front of everyone, is there going to be a retest? What do you think that announces to the teacher? That announces to the teacher that, oh, I could just keep taking retests to get ready for the, and so I can get the grade that I want and be a grade grubber. And you got this all wrong, and this is Lockport's fault, not yours, and you need to change. You know what the test is? The test is the calendar. The test is the homework. The test is doing your homework. Testing yourself. Can I do it correctly? Did I do it correctly? Popping in like many of you do that don't need to hear this speech. And you know what? I didn't get this question. How do I do that? That's the test. Then actually, I wish I could get to the calendar, but I can't. My windows are all jacked up here. Can't show that one. Can't show that one. Maybe I'll just close that and then see if another thing pops up. Go away. I don't know where my calendar is. All right, I can't even get to the internet here. I'll close this one. This is fun. Mr. Samuel is fighting the internet every single day. All right, let me see if I can close this. I'm afraid what's going to show up. Okay, that. Maybe I'll do this. Here we go. I got it. Everyone just calm down. Boom, shakalaka. Genius technologically. Not really, that's sarcasm. Hey, so going back to the calendar, and I'm going to go back to this later. Boy, look at the internet so fast. Right here, coming up, I'm going to make up something, a condensed review. Can't really scroll right now. I'm locked up. Come on. You can do it. This is great. And I want this online too. I want you to know how the online teaching is going in certain aspects. Still can't. There we go. Finally. Okay. This is the test. That's the test. And everything else that you've done up to this point, that is the test. And have you tested yourself? Have you done the homework? Have you tried? Have you come in when you've struggled? I barely have anyone come in. I've been available since 1:20 to 3 for almost all year. Some days 1 to 3. And I barely get anyone coming in. Now we have this packed thing where I'm supposed to force students to come in. I'm like, get over here, come in my room so I can help you because you can't identify that you need the help. That's backwards, man. You got to have that internal locus of control that you dictate and you do this, and don't let fear hold you back from doing that. That's what the most disappointing thing is. You know what the retest is? The retest is the test that proves that you've done what you needed to do to build up to this point, right? And that's the way this class will go. That's the way next year will definitely go. And if you're kidding yourself, you don't think calculus AB or BC or pre-calculus, if that's your track, which is a good track, that's how it's going to go in that as well. So we still have a handful that's not doing that. I do understand that we can have falls, but I mean, look at the data here again. When I look at this this data here, of the ones, it's the only thing I can identify of those that are doing and trying to get themselves ready and have that internal locus of control. The class average is an 81. That's not bad. That is actually what a teacher is looking for. And then the others, I don't know what I can do. I really don't. All I can do is say you've earned your 56% class average by not doing. And with that being said, there are some that didn't do the quizzes that still did okay. So, there's a lot of, there's a 2 out of 32. There's a couple of those. I saw the 6 and the 7. There's a lot of people that did not come in prepared, and you're going to own it. Luckily for you, what's your escape out of this? Lockport's grading policy. You get a 50% for showing up. And that's what you're getting, and that's what it is. All right, so I'm going to piggyback this off with just happened today. My wife is upstairs. I can hear her teaching right now. And I don't think I'm a bad guy, but she's definitely nicer than me. And she had a student. This actually almost brought her to tears today. She actually told me the story today. She taught yesterday, and she has to do, I think it was in class. So it was in class. So a student today on the internet said, you do, are you okay, Mrs. Samuels? He goes, yeah, why? What do you mean? She goes, well, you just kind of seemed sad yesterday, and you just kind of didn't seem like yourself. Here's a response, and I had her text this to me because I want to share it with you, what all of us teachers are actually talking about, the things that are really bothering us. Here's her almost quote for quote. She paraphrased it. I had her send it to me in a text so I can read it instead of just paraphrase. I'm a little run down as I get bombarded with emails about how I need to do more to help my failing students, when I know I am doing all I can to help. I offer help and encourage students to stay after, set up meets and meet times time and time again for students, and they still do not show up. How am I supposed to help students who choose not to take the help? And somehow that's my fault. It's exhausting, and yes, it makes me sad. This is what all of our teachers are talking about right now. I had the same conversations with my CAT group and my Math 2 honors group. And at some point on your end, it has to change because it's doing you no good at all with this improper approach. And that's all I have to say about it. That's it. So it goes back to the internal and external locus of control. How are you going to approach things? It also, I can use this for the COVID situation. Somebody that has an external locus of control is letting this COVID situation dictate what's happening in their lives. We are letting this as an excuse to dictate that we are not going to do our schoolwork the way because things are just too tough. And the ones with the internal locus of control say, you know what, times are tough, but I still have to function. And that's what really has to happen. It has to happen not just in the math class. It has to happen for you as a human being to be strong and overcome these circumstances. And by the way, I feel like this COVID situation, we're at the end of the tunnel. I'm getting my second shot in 2 weeks. I think things are normalizing. I think things will normalize. And we may be in the classroom the rest of the year. So at this point, I think hopefully the decisions change on the ones that are not, and I hope I see this coming up. So now I'm going to end with going to the calendar, now that I've appropriately found it and can look at it. I'm not going to accept excuses again about our homework when we show up for, did I put this in the calendar here? Our chapter test, which is going to be March 3rd, 4th. And all it is going to be on the circles. I'm done with trig. There's going to be circles, equations in a coordinate plane, and then the other stuff that we have. So I went ahead and I numbered. I'm not highlighting. You can look at a calendar. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's 5? 5 right here. 6, 7, and then I'm going to make up an 8th one, and this is going to be the most important one. I think it's the one that I call the test, because that's what a review is. It's an actual, here's what would be on the test, probably a little bit more than what would be on the test. Then you come in and take the test, which is the retest. What did you do up to this point? All right. So I just want to reiterate what you have to do for this day. My plan is this. I did not give you a key for this on purpose. You are going to come in with this Thursday and Friday. And if you don't have it Thursday and Friday, that tells me a lot about you. This is your most important thing. It's like if you're in a job and you have to do a presentation and you come without your documents, you'll be fired. Not that I can fire you, but that's the game. I'm not playing this game anymore. People not bringing in, oh, I left it on my desk or whatever. The most important document, you bring this Thursday and Friday, just that. Because what I plan on doing is going over that after I check who's done what and who's done what effort. As of right now, I've put this video on YouTube. YouTube is saying that there are 17 views so far. I have 50 students. So I did make an 11-minute video to help you on some of the harder ones. So I hope I see those numbers go up. So on Friday and Thursday, we're going to look at see what you got going on with this worksheet, go over it, and then I'm going to give you the final review that's going to be more condensed, because I know that worksheet is quite lengthy, right? And then I'm going to leave it at that. And I hope this meant something. If not, there's only so much I can do, all right? Meeting is adjourned, and we will see you Thursday or Friday.